welcome everybody to Coach. Coach Samuel Barcliffe of the VA Titans.
Let me say a little bit about our guest today. So Lance Hurdle was born in New Jersey, raised in San Diego, and made his way back east for college basketball at the University of Miami. From there, Hurdle went on to play ball professionally, both in the NBA G League and in Australia. And before leaving Australia, Lance owned his own basketball training academy called Hurdle Academy. He's the former sports director of basketball and football for the Virginia Beach Fieldhouse, is working on his master's degree in health and sports science, and is back at the training and coaching game and running his own basketball skills academy called Excel. Welcome, Lance.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Definitely.
You are pretty much laying the foundation for him and how he thinks the game. You know, us as fathers, you know, my son takes me telling him stuff differently than he would somebody else. He'll listen to somebody else more than he'll listen to me. You know, because for me, it resonates to him differently. So when you're the trainer, I want to see how are you getting through to him when it comes to him performing these moves, him doing these fundamentals. Like what's his reaction to you?
Right.
And what type of person, how do you react when he doesn't react how you want him to react? You know, because all that, the mental matters just as much as the physical in training. You know, and a lot of trainers don't train the mental.
Right.
They forget about that. They're like, let's do these moves.
Let's
do this behind the back, but train the mental. That's so important for young kids is the mental aspect of basketball because you have to be mentally sound and fundamentally sound to play the high level. You know that.
Right.
You gotta have the mental game.
Got to. And I'm glad you say mental because that's what I'm all about. Speaking their language, but also these things that we're telling these kids to do, sometimes it's foreign to them. They have no idea. So what I do is I tell them something and I give them a lot of room to make mistakes. And then I affirm their try. Because psychologically, a lot of these kids are afraid to make mistakes. And they're afraid to make mistakes because when they do make the mistakes, the coach is right on them. But most of the time I say, you know, what was your thought process there? Help me understand how you process what I told you. And then once they tell me, I'm saying, okay, now I understand the language. I got to speak to you. That was a great pass. Like some of the kids look at me crazy when they turn the ball over and hit the back wall at the field house, and they were like, "Hey, I made a bad thing." I said that was a mistake.
That was a mistake.
All right, but it's not failure. Failure is a result. Mistake is you gonna make it. I said let's learn from it. Let's correct it. But like you said, it's all about the mental and just affirming their try and say, hey, keep going. That was a great play. And then they get confident. Now they doing things super confidently and psychologically on and off the court, they're confident in themselves. So
and we've used that, for examples, for ourselves in our own organization. And I think that it sometimes people can also see that as maybe you're trying to get over on a team.
Right.
Let's say you take your best player and you put them on one of your weakest teams to start showing that leadership, to start getting him to become the leader that you know you have to be on the court.
Right.
You know from your experience level, for both you guys' experience levels, to be totally honest with you, you know good and well that you got to be a leader in some fashion on the court.
Right.
You have to. You might have to just be like, "Yo, coach said we need to be doing this, fellas." You might just need to be reminding the squad.
Right.
You know.
So when we do think about the classic definition of success, I want your thoughts on this. Success leads to complacency. What do you guys think about this? I heard this. I heard someone speaking on the radio the other day. It really struck a chord with me. And he said, "Success leads to complacency, and we should be doing a post-win analysis the same way we do a post-loss analysis."
Right.
You know, so once I got into that, man, it just, like you said, God works in mysterious ways. He begins to talk to you and tell you things. It's like, gotta answer it. So,
Right.
yeah, man, that's deep. That's powerful.
And I still got half of my things in Australia.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I had a flight booked back. The team that I played for was mad. But like I said, Jesus is Lord, you know. And when he said you was put on this earth to serve, I ain't going against that. So I realized all the resources I had, the resume of playing, going to University of Miami, what get these kids' attention was so they can listen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, it wasn't about me, because there was a time where I got caught up. I'm like, yeah, I'm the man, you know, and stuff like that. But
That's good.
That's probably the best one.
I agree, actually.
Yeah, that was deep.
Check in weekly for new episodes of Coach. And for your viewing pleasure, take a look at our robust catalog and remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.